Okay, so I'm going to try to build the functionality for when you collide with one of these to add a point up here, and I'm going to try to keep it really short if I can. If not, I just won't upload it. Hey, oh. Okay, so first thing we're going to want to do is to have a collision. This star bonus does not have a trigger or some kind of collision. Doesn't necessarily need a rigid body, but it does need to have a trigger, a collider. So here is the prefab. So no matter when it gets instantiated, this will be the deal. So we want to put a collision 2D, circle collision, circle collider 2D. Okay. And we can look at one of these. That collider is the green line, so it should be fine. It is a trigger because it doesn't need to have anything to do with physics. And then, so what's going to happen is when the airplane runs into it, it will go to this gameplay object. Do I have something for the UI? Where is that stuff? It's been so long. It's been so long, me lord. That's gameplay. Airplane, joystick, start coroutine, update. Nothing happens. Okay, great. Great. So that's because I just don't even have anything linked up to this. If I go into the canvas, which is the UI, star counter text. So I can grab it by name. Because this text field is just set to 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 748. Okay, so there's a couple different ways I can get at that. I can get at it by name. So we're going to put inside of, for now, we're going to split some of this stuff up later, but for now I think within the, oh, it doesn't even have, it has no script attached to it, does it? Sure didn't. I'm sorry, the star bonus. Yeah, it has no script either. So we'll just give this guy a script. We'll call it star bonus. Why not? I think I'm doing scripts in capitals. Me thanks. Always a little bit of lag here. It has to update the Visual Studio, I think, is what's happening there. Yeah, some of them are capitals. Okay, so star bonus. So what's going to happen is this is going to be a void. It's a function method that is going to return void on trigger enter to D, and then this has to have a collision, or is it a, is that what I was screwing up before? Is it a trigger? Is that such a thing? Collision 2D, it's got call. I don't think I even need to use it necessarily. So anything, whenever that trigger happens, we want to make sure that it doesn't happen with the missile, because if a missile runs into it, no big deal. But with airplane, if an airplane does, mate, then we've got to make it do stuff, then, isn't it? So I can look really quickly over at like the missile controller to find out how I did it over there. If other game object others, what I named this, dot game object dot tag equals missile. So if it equals airplane, then okay. So if other, gotcha. Okay, so we'll do if we're going to rename this to other. This is the one parameter. So when it happens, whatever the other collider is the other object with a collider on it, that object gets sent through, or that, well, it's called a collision 2D, but it more or less sends the other object. So so you can do other dot whatever. So like if other dot game object dot, and we can do it by tag airplane, because the reason that works is because it doesn't work if other is equal to, I'm sorry. So if it's equal to airplane, still doesn't like that. Oh, derp. This is an if statement. Okay, so if that happens, then we're gonna need to have may as well just for now, we're gonna call it right from in here. I'm sorry, the text. This is gonna be we need to get a reference to that text object, that specific one. So I can make a variable that can refer to that text object. So we'll make this, actually, we will serialize this field because that, I gotta actually spell it right. And this will be a text. How do I do that to gain? Okay, well, I'll just pull up the docs here real fast for text. Okay, so I should be able to grab the text is a class, but it requires the Unity Engine.ui to use, and text. Okay. So I should be able to make an object call. Okay, I have to include the Unity Engine.ui. Then I can grab this text and we're gonna call it star score. And then at start I'm going to star score is going to find object of type. I could find it by name. Find object. How do you find an object by name? Game object.find. Find, and then okay, so I say that's a function, and then I just put the string in there, which is star counter text. It's probably not the best way to do it, considering strings are evil. And this returns a game object. Star score is a text. So let's just call this a game object. So we'll grab the whole object itself, and now we have a reference to it right when it starts. Now if this happens during the collision, then we want to very simply star score dot get component text component, set the text equal to the gameplay we're going to set in here is a public float called star score. It's going to initialize it. I don't even need to do that. I'll initialize it here, that's fine. Okay, then, so now I can keep track. Oh, and actually this should be an integer. I'm so used to using floats. Okay, so over here, we're going to need a reference to gameplay. This happens second. First happens is gameplay dot star score plus plus, and then print out the text will equal gameplay dot star score dot to string, just like these. Now if we see if it would work, and then destroy yourself. You should destroy the whole object then. Let us see. I believe I've turned off missiles. On trigger, okay, we already have this. Oh yeah, whoops. Okay, so on the star bonus, let's do it in the prefab. Star bonus, so I would need the star score. Wait, do I need that? No, I do not. Just game. Oh, yes I do. The hell am I talking about? Okay, so star score is going to be... It's not a game object. It's not a game object. It's a text. Okay. I can set the gameplay, at least. Why not? That is a gameplay. Game object and a gameplay. That is a gameplay. It has a gameplay script. I'm a gameplay script too. Doesn't matter because we're finding the gameplay at the beginning anyway, so that honestly can just be private. But this, we're gonna have to set as text. Star score. Can you do a text.find? No. Oh. It's not a game object, so I will grab it. I can grab the canvas and then find component. It's not a component, it's a child. Oh. There you go. Does that work? We shall see. GameObject.find and set the string name to... Oh, right, okay. Oh, I see what he did there. So, since this is... the hell is it called? Star counter text. That get component. The text component. Now that does equal star score. Because this is a game object, this component is a text component, star score happens to be a text component. So, I guess that still doesn't help me with the why the gameplay won't let me. Oh, doesn't matter. I forgot it's grabbing it at runtime. Start. That is a text. Come on, buds. Public. ¿Por qué no? Oh wait, am I doing the same thing? Derp. It should grab both of those at runtime. Hey now. This message parameter has to be of type collider. No errors. Haha. And now it works. Cool. Alright, I don't know how long that took. I tried to do it really quickly.